Hold on. Video clip. Oh, dang it. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, welcome back to Tales from the Film Set. Yes, Sparkles. Thank you, Jay. I am your host, Ryan O'Regan. With me, as usual, is Mr. Davion Boosie and Mr. Rob Manning below me. Scott, once again, is out for acting purposes. They are keeping him on set for an extended amount of time, so you only have us. And before anyone asks, yes, I am devil-oriented because Has Been Hotel came out last weekend, and I am just all about it. Oh my god, I am loving it, especially episode 4. Ooh, guys, did you get a chance to check it out?
Not yet, my brother.
Mm.
But some great news, ladies and gentlemen. Your boy, Davion Bussey, will be giving you the info regarding Mr. and Mrs. Smith on the 31st of January.
Wait, what?
He's seeing an advanced screening of the new television series, Mr. and Mrs. Smith.
They're rebooting Mr. and Mrs. Smith?
It's a series.
Yes, it's not necessarily going to be like the same plot that they had before because what they're doing is they're kind of doing like a prequel sort of thing. Like they're showing them get together and get married. But
So, like Ted right now.
Yeah.
yeah, like
It's like a prequel, yeah.
Because Ted's a prequel. I'm talking about the Ted TV.
Actors, and it's a different idea because they already know each other are spies or agents or whatever.
Okay.
Them butting heads and working together. That's going to be the concept.
So they're basically changing the plot, basically, of the original?
Yes, to make it more palatable for a television series as opposed to a movie.
Okay.
Although I do like the casting of Maya Erskine and Donald Glover. I do like that. Hopefully the chemistry will be nice. But yeah, it's not really Mr. and Mrs. Smith. They're just using it for name branding.
It is. It is awesome. I'm just letting you know. Audience is going to be awesome.
Okay. So yes, they get to do that at the end of the month.
Awesome. Well, congrats.
Yes. Congratulations, Day. I'm sure you'll give us a nice little rundown of whatever you see. But, ladies and gentlemen, we do have to get to brass tacks here because there's a lot to talk about.
Yes.
First and foremost, we do have to talk about this little nonsense going on with Mr. Oliver Stone, esteemed director and producer, done such work as Platoon, JFK, lots of great serious work. But
Now,
boy,
did
does
he-
he say things that aren't serious.
Did he work on the Barbie movie or no, correct?
No.
No.
No, okay.
As far as I know, he hasn't even seen it.
Okay.
And
But
refused
he
to
does have words to say. Courtesy of Deadline, which thank you, Deadline, for the report. Thank you, Armando Tinoco. Oliver Stone says Ryan Gosling is wasting his time making films like Barbie that contribute to infantilization, which that was a loud word for me. Infantilization of Hollywood. Says he fell asleep watching John Wick, even. Now, this is a man who, if you've ever seen Platoon, this is the man that definitely goes ahead and likes his violence. So how he could fall asleep, I don't know. But we're talking about this gentleman right here.
I definitely got my thoughts, but I won't be the first one to go.
I got a lot to say about that. You
Let's
do
go
not
for it.
offend. I'm going to pause you right. You do not offend John Wick. John Wick is a staple to Hollywood.
Well, then it's a very new staple. It's not something
I don't
they
care.
rely on.
Dang, I was so
Even
mad.
Rob
Sorry.
can't see it.
I made his camera drop. But anyway,
Rob's like, I ain't having it.
Yes,
don't
Rob's not
disrespect-
having it with this.
you don't disrespect Keanu Reeves and you don't disrespect John Wick.
And you don't disrespect Barbie.
See, I knew you two would be so galvanized by this, but let's go what he said.
Barbie.
All right. So yes, in an interview from 2023, the filmmaker suggested Ryan Gosling shouldn't have been involved in the Greta Gerwig film and instead should focus on more serious films. Quote, Ryan Gosling is wasting his time if he's doing that for money. He should be doing more serious films. He shouldn't be a part of this infantilization of Hollywood. Now it's all fantasy, 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 including all the war pictures. Fantasy, fantasy. So he doesn't like fantasy.
Okay, that's a personal opinion.
Right. And I think this is very ironic, the fact that he's saying Ryan Gosling shouldn't be wasting his... Oh, is there more to the interview? Sorry.
Oh, yeah, no, but I want to get your thoughts.
Okay. So my thoughts is I think it's ironic that he's saying, like, Ryan being wasting his time for Barbie when Barbie made the most money last year. And two, Ryan Gosling just won an award for I'm Just Ken.
Yes, he did. He did. He was nominated
and he won
for best. I guess it was best song.
Yeah, best song was between him, Jack Black. They made a comment. I don't know what her name is, but I know she got offended and made it a comment after the thing saying that all the stuff she's won. I forgot who. Alicia Keys? No, never mind. One of the people that got nominated. They made a joke saying actors that think they're singers.
You're thinking of Ariana DeBose.
Yes. Sorry.
Yeah, because she did the whole awards presentation where she was doing the dancing and singing, and
yeah,
obviously she was also a big part of West Side Story.
Right. So yeah, my thoughts were, if anything, Barbie boosted Ryan's career because of how successful it did. Now, if it could have went the other way, if Barbie totally flunked like y'all thought it was going to flunk and it was, then yes, that could have hurt his career, but that's with any movie.
But here's the thing. I never said Barbie was going to flop.
Well, one of y'all did. I think Scott and Ryan did. But I could be wrong.
I never said it was going to flop.
I know nobody was willing to
guarantee you. I never said that.
Yeah, I just don't like the concept if they would do it in the right way, which they kind of sort of did, but they still...
I loved it.
Personally...
I think they addressed everything right, and it was perfect.
Well, now hold on. Let me ask you guys a question, simply in regards to the comments he was making. Less so about Barbie itself, but more so about the industry itself. Let me just mug up there. He was saying that there was an infantilization of Hollywood. Now, for those of you who may not know, because it is a rather egregious word to put in your mouth, infantilization is treating someone as if that person were a child, with the result that they start behaving like one.
But I don't see Ryan acting like a child. I mean, yes, it's Barbie.
No. It's not Ryan acting like a child. It's the fact
about the audience.
Hollywood has dumbed itself down so much that we are treating the audience like children.
Okay.
Now, did you really get that with Barbie? Because I thought that what it was saying was actually really rather poignant. It just happened to use the guise of Barbie to tell some really deep emotional stuff.
Be honest, I told people that Barbie is not a kids movie. I would it's more of a it's more of a teen movie than bringing your 8-year-olds. That could have been the concept at first. When you hear the word Barbie, you do think for young kids, but this movie was a mature version of Barbie, is what I would call it.
Well, yeah, it's a far jump from like all the
language
Barbie movies that we all see on like Walmart or whatever.
Yeah.
But do you think that there is maybe an infantilization of Hollywood in some respects? Like, do you think some movies or some franchises even dumb it down for the audience?
Yeah. Yeah.
I don't think Barbie is one of them. I can guarantee you with the Barbie, I don't feel
We're
that
not.
way.
Wait, right. Okay, Rob, I'm going to stop you right there. And I'm not talking about Barbie.
Okay.
Let's just get to the point of Hollywood. Hollywood, at some point, I wouldn't say dumb it down. I would say try to cater.
They do cater to an audience.
Yeah. But
that's
no.
one of the-
Let me finish. Let me finish, Rob. But they cater to the wrong audience. Not even the wrong audience. They cater messages that's not supposed to be in films. And that's what he's trying to say. Like, oh, my personal political beliefs, I'm throwing that in this movie. Because that's my personal political belief.
Well, let me go on to continue what his thought process was.
All right. Sounds good.
Stone took a shot at the Fast and Furious franchise as well, saying that he used to enjoy the films, but recently they, quote, have become like Marvel movies. I mean, how many crashes can you see?
I mean,
keep going, Rob. Keep going, Ryan.
During the same interview, Stone also expressed his opinions on John Wick, the Keanu Reeves starring franchise. Quote, on the plane, I watched John Wick, which is 3 hours and some, and I fell asleep about 778 times during it, he revealed. I kept waking up and having to face him killing more people. It's like the world has degenerated.
Oh, gotcha. I know what he's talking about. Now it makes sense. Okay.
Does that make sense to you, though?
Yes. You're making sequels where there should be a conclusion and shouldn't be that much stuff to the point where not all audience, but certain audience will, like, for instance.
So you want one and dones?
Yeah, that's pretty much what he's saying. Like, you should have a setup where this should not be a fast X. It should end on part like a fifth or a fourth or a 3, not all the way continuing to a 10, 11, and 12. Because now you're being redundant. It's getting ridiculous. John Wick did it in good taste, but then you got also other prequels or sub stories that's going to connect to John Wick. So you already know it's going to be a John Wick series, like the Continental. That's a series that, I'm going to be honest with you, I was watching it and then I kind of took a break from it.
Yeah, it did not receive good criticism for the 3-episode thing that they had on Peacock.
Mm-hmm.
So, and plus, there's now spin-offs being made. They're doing one for
Ballerina,
which I guess takes off from that whole thing that you saw when John Wick went to that theater to hide out.
Right. So pretty much, what he's saying is some things should not be dumbed down to the way where you're basically continuing a long story. Some things you have to basically kind of put everything together in your mind and think, which is what some filmmakers need to do, or some filmmakers like us are doing in films. But because we're dealing with I hate to say,
but that's how they make their money. You can call it dumbing down, but you crave a sequel. Therefore, you're going to go to the theaters and go watch the sequel, therefore making the studio more money. It's all about making money.
Yes and no. Because
here's the thing. Obviously, there's a reason that the studios are making stuff like Barbie, like John Wick, like the Fast and Furious movies, because people pay to see them.
Yeah.
Right. That is the business aspect. That is the entertainment aspect. However,
and not all the
wait. Sorry. Wait. All right, continue.
However, Stone does make a certain point in the fact that maybe some people should make more intelligent films. I mean, This is a man who has 4 Oscars behind his belt. He's made things. Oliver Stone in general is a very serious filmmaker. He's not one to do comedies. He's not one to do fantasy. You know, this is a man who made a film about the JFK assassination that people still talk about and still people reference and spoof and satire to this day.
Isn't that why they made Oppenheimer?
Back and to the left. That's Oliver Stone's stuff right there. And yes, he was a big fan of Christopher Nolan and Oppenheimer. That's the kind of movie that he probably feels should get made. And rightfully so. If you can make a movie like Oppenheimer, you better damn do it. But that doesn't necessarily need to be the only film in theaters.
Right, because not everybody has, and I, as a person that did not go see Oppenheimer, not everybody has the desire to go watch that kind of genre, even though it's history and stuff. I haven't personally watched it. Once it becomes on a streaming service, I may watch it and stuff.
And then Steve Mwamba actually makes a good point here.
Yeah.
Not everything that's serious is going to be taken like it's serious. Certainly, they tried to do something with Echo. Some people like it.
Yeah.
Lots of plays.
Remember berries of back when Marvel was violent.
Because I loved it. I love Echo. Echo was really good. It was done perfectly well.
Right. Although some could say that it was all over the place and didn't tell enough of a narrative for its all 5 episodes.
Yeah, like for somebody being introduced to Echo, I'm sorry, we're going a little bit off topic. We are staying within the guidelines.
No, but I mean, Stone did mention Marvel movies. Marvel television is right in there with how it plays to certain audiences, for sure. So when Marvel goes ahead and tries to do something serious, it's not necessarily received well. You know what did get received well?
What?
Guardians of the Galaxy 3 with all of its space bollocks.
Yeah.
But you have shows like She-Hulk that are getting canceled now.
Which I loved She-Hulk when it was.
I love She-Hulk too, but
really play into the nonsense.
Yeah.
So I mean, it really depends on who's the fans at the time, and that'll either help a show or that could destroy a show. And as much of a masterpiece She-Hulk was, it didn't get the right audience at the moment and got canceled. So, but
I think we weren't necessarily in the wake of like saying goodbye to all the mainstay players. Like,
yeah,
the big reason She-Hulk got introduced was because they're not using regular Hulk anymore.
Right.
No. Well,
so they expand upon that. Everyone was getting like an heir apparent. Hawkeye got an apprentice
because they're trying to do the
over as Captain America. Iron Man's getting Ironheart. Everyone's got a replacement all of a sudden
because they're trying to do New Avengers.
There's a way to do it where it's like it seems seamless as opposed to like every new recruit being slammed down your throat.
Right.
Okay, that was. Thank you, Wombo, by the way, for that.
Thank you.
Guys, final thoughts on this? Like, do you think that there should be some more serious stuff, or do you think that movies are pretty much on the right track if they really want to go ahead and keep the business going?
I think it should be an even playing field where you have serious and a little slapstick. Like you have to have that balance when you're dealing with film or any type of show, because yes, you dumb it down, but you don't want to dumb down all your stuff. You want to have some serious serious product into the picture, because I like serious, like I like comical, I like fantasy, but then you got those that like the serious stuff. Some serious stuff I do watch and I'll enjoy it. But then it's others I'm like, why am I sitting here watching a serious product while I could be entertained and laughing or be like explosions and car chases and all the good stuff. Stuff that we're not going to see in reality. Well, we can, but depends on where you live in the world. But at the same time,
Rob, you want to inject?
I was just gonna, after Dave made his point, I was gonna agree with the She-Hulk comment that was up there, that she is not a serious character in the comics, and people were expecting that show to be more serious. The one before.
And yeah, see, even after Echo, they're still going ahead with the Daredevil Born Again, which
And that is supposed to be. And what's nice about that, we found out news today that both actors that played Foggy and the other character from the Netflix show is coming back in that series.
yes, Deborah Ann Wall is coming back, and what's his face? They used to be in the Mighty Ducks. He's coming back.
Foggy, Nelson.
Oh, I'm talking the actor's name.
Oh yeah, the actors, yeah.
But
yeah.
But here's the thing. Was it Bullseye? Is the actual actor that played Bullseye is not, because we already know.
Are they bringing that character?
They're talking about bringing Bullseye, but we know the actor that he passed. So I think, is that correct? The actor
What actor who played Bullseye? Hold on. What about him?
He's saying he passed away.
Well, yeah.
Oh my God! Did he really?
I think. I
don't remember hearing that. Maybe you're thinking of the original.
No, original was the guy that played Penguin in the new Batman.
Wait, what? Penguin was
in the original with Ben Affleck? Yeah.
Dang, he looks a lot different.
Yeah.
Yeah, that has nothing to do with this.
Yeah,
no.
He's thinking about the Netflix version of.
Oh, okay. Wilson Bethel.
Is Wilson Bethel still alive?
Let me see.
According to this, he is.
Okay, so I'm thinking of somebody else. Forgive me, guys. Wrong information.
You may be thinking of. I know they're trying to do the Thunder.
You know who I was thinking about? Now it comes to mind. I wasn't thinking. Oh God, what's that guy?
I did. I checked it. According to this, he's alive.
Yeah, I did too. It's somebody else I was thinking about.
You thinking of Thunderbolts by chance? Because he passed away, General Ross.
That aside. Let's not lose the audience on this.
Yeah.
Let's keep
Just
going.
say, I apologize, audience. I said the wrong actor. I was thinking about somebody else.
All right.
I'll take
fantasy. We have this that just comes in from the people over at People.
Yeah.
That Rob wanted to discuss.
Yes. I'm going to sit out on this one.
Did you guys really not watch Wizards of Waverly Place? I understand I'm the younger one, so I don't know.
I've seen a couple of episodes, mostly because I know friend of Dreampunk Cinema, Brian Scalero. He had done a couple of guest appearances on the show.
Okay.
So I had checked it just for his sake, but yeah, apparently they are making a revival of Wizards of Waverly Place that will be starring cast originals David Henry and Selena Gomez, which I think is a big deal when you think about the kind of heights that Selena Gomez has had lately, especially with her work on Only Murders in the Building. Like, that thing's like going 3 series strong, critically acclaimed, and it's really brought up Selena Gomez's star. Not to mention, obviously she's great still with her music. She has her cooking shows. Selena Gomez has really gotten like a nice groove for herself as she's matured from her teen years.
Yes.
But yeah, okay. Earlier this month, Disney Channel announced that they would prize their roles in a highly anticipated sequel series. Now, this is not a strange thing for Disney.
No, which I was going to mention.
Or if you remember, Girl Meets World.
Yes, they did Girls Meet World that was based on Boys Meets World, where they brought back.
They also had a part in Fuller House via ABC and all those connections, even though it was on Netflix.
Then you also had That's So Raven did Raven's Home.
Yes.
And so, I mean, yes, this ain't the first time that Disney has brought something back, but the big difference is people people been asking for a Wizards reboot, like a Wizards bringing them back for years. And
But now, why is that? Like, as someone who has actually watched the show, tell me, why has there been so much uproar over bringing this particular live action series back than saying something like Even Stevens or something else?
So when I'm going to be careful how I say this. With Even Stevens, I felt like that show died out.
Wow.
Because if you ask today's generation who's an Even Stevens, I guarantee you not a lot of people are going to tell you an answer that Shia LaBeouf was in it or that Christie was in that. The whole thing with Wizards is, in my opinion, it's kind of like an iCarly. Just like fan base wise. Where like it's just, as a person that grew up with the show, it was on for many years, and it's just something you grew up with. It was a funny show. You had, so Selena Gomez's character is Alex, which is the rebellious child. Then you got David that's coming back. He plays Justin, and he's supposed to be like the responsible, like more like the responsible kind of older brother that gets straight A's and stuff. And then you've got a younger brother, which I hope they bring back the younger brother. I know there hasn't been confirmation. I know the only two people we have confirmation, and Selena's supposedly supposed to make a cameo in the first episode. And basically what's nice about this show is you're getting, which I actually just met David Henry at Rhode Island Comic-Con last year. And where this show's supposed to bring is basically he's a father and he has kids. His kids aren't wizards or anything because he gave up at the end, gave up wizarding and stuff. But a kid that is a wizard comes to his doorstep. And basically he has to teach him everything he knows.
Right, so it is a sequel series. It's continuing on the same timeline, storyline of everything.
Not a reboot, but yes, it'll be years. I don't know how many years later, but it'll be obviously years later because he's got kids.
Right, like it shows here. It shows Henry and Gomez here with the new cast and new writers of the show. So it is going to be a continuation, I guess, more in name only, especially if you're not going to have the same writers. So the humor may be a little bit different. But then again, most of these sequel series have been different in tone.
Yeah. Which I'm hoping, I'm friends with one of the cast members on that show, Bill Choice is his name. He plays the principal in that, and he's a very funny guy and stuff. And I know a lot of people been asking him, hey, are you coming back for the reboot? And he's like, I hope so. But he doesn't know. He's like, I found out when all y'all found out because, you know, it blew up. I want to say last Wednesday, I think it blew up or something like that. It was either Tuesday or Wednesday of this last week. And it's just, it was a family show. I think that's another reason why it's like when people watch Hannah Montana, you know, you felt like, you know, there's Disney moms and you grew up with shows like that. I don't know how long it was on. I want to think it was on for at least like 7 seasons.
The Waverly Place was on from 2007 to 2012.
So 5 years. Okay, they must have did. But then it had movies.
Yes, it did have. I do remember the movie when they went to, like, what was it, Hawaii or whatever?
Yeah, I think they did like 2 movies, but they kept it going and stuff. And it just, with that kind of show, you had morals too. You don't have that in a lot of shows nowadays too.
Well, I mean, that's also Disney back in that day. Like when you think about a live action Disney series,
yeah,
they were all kind of like that.
But that's what I feel like most shows are missing nowadays.
But I think that's just because back then it was more about the gimmick.
Yeah. But like I said, it's a good show. It's something that you grew up with, and it's a nostalgic thing. And yeah, I'm happy that it's finally coming back. Speaking of things that are coming back, I know we didn't talk, but supposedly Danny Phantom's getting a live action through
Say again?
Paramount. Danny
Danny
Phantom
Phantom.
is getting a live action with Paramount.
Look, I gave up on that anime to live action stuff back when Ben 10 got 2 films.
Yeah.
Well, you got to think at that we've improved on technology since the whole Ben 10 thing came out.
Yeah, but
Speaking of technology, just wanted to run down the plot here just for clarification. The sequel, or the sequel series of Wizard of Waverly Place, will chronicle the aftermath of a mysterious incident at WizTech, where an adult Justin Russo has left his wizard powers behind, opting for a normal human life with his wife and 2 sons. But he gets a surprise when a powerful young wizard in need of training shows up at his door, and Justin must embrace his past to ensure the future of the wizard world.
Yep.
Which I guess makes sense considering Justin was the more studious of the family.
Yeah.
But obviously, this does bring up some questions. How do you train someone in wizarding when you can't do it yourself? How involved are his kids going to be? Will there be a shakeup? Will they end up with wizard powers more than likely? Because apparently, mysterious incident always means something long term when it comes to stories like this.
Well,
Explosion at the ooh, now everyone's radioactive.
I gotta kind of like with your comment of how do you teach a wizard when you have no powers? Isn't that a plot of a lot of movies that they're like, maybe a person that was a baseball player can't play baseball anymore, so he becomes a coach. He can't play the sport anymore, but he still teaches the person, tells them what to do and how they learned.
oh, just like the Mighty Ducks. Okay.
Yeah, like the Mighty Ducks.
Except Gordon Bombay could still go and skate if he wanted to. He just got old.
No, because he had a leg injury or something like that.
Yes, that's what took him out of like playing pro. That didn't mean he couldn't play hockey, period.
Correct.
I mean,
He just wasn't capable for pro, and that shut down his dreams.
So
But if he could have, he would have.
But like I'm saying, you don't have to exactly have powers in order to teach. You would teach them how you got taught.
Right.
Because there was actually I can't remember the exact character, so I can't give characters, but that happens in Wizards where a person that used to have powers did teach. That has happened in the show before. So that's not strange for that to happen. I know you haven't seen the episodes, but that has happened. I can't remember which character, but there was a character that taught them stuff.
Well, all I know is it'll be
Because,
very interesting if they bring back Daniel Benson.
If I'm not mistaken, because it's been years since I've seen the show, LaRusso's dad was a wizard. I want to say he lost his powers, or it could be
David DeLuise?
Huh?
David DeLuise was the actor.
The guy that's in the yellow shirt there. And that
Yeah,
picture,
that's his father, David DeLuise.
yeah. I think can't remember. I don't think he has wizarding powers anymore, but he taught his kids how to become wizards. That may be what I'm thinking. But anyways, I'm excited for the show. The fact that they're
going to be very copy and paste from the original. You know what I mean?
It probably will be. But
the thing
like
is,
I said, it's gotta.
Some of the actors that have gone on from the show. Daniel Benson now has an OnlyFans, and he's the guy that played Zeke Beakerman.
So it'll be interesting who they bring back. It would be nice to see Harper. Wait, what? Anyways, yeah, it'll be. I'm definitely giving this a shot. I hope anyone that's watching, if you're Wizards fans, let us know. But I'm excited. I hope they bring back. I would love to see maybe the last episode, them bringing back all the different actors that have been in the show. Obviously, they're older and it still could fit in. but I hope we get to see Harper. Harper was a big part of the show, and stuff like that. So it'll be interesting.
I'm sure if there's a certain amount of success, they'll do something. Provided they have enough time and effort to write that in. I think
there is a podcast too with the Wizards, so that's you never know.
We'll see how that turns out. What else is going to turn out? Speaking of,
Ryan, can I pause you real quick?
Way back in time with this one,
Right.
So apparently, the institution that
Hey,
is
Ryan.
Saturday Night Live
Fine.
is going to be getting its own movie. So now, apparently, they are doing, well, I guess would be kind of like a biography sort of thing about how Saturday Night Live was started back in 1975.
Mm-hmm.
Now, I believe, let's see. These are the faces of the people that you'll be seeing in this film. The gentleman on the left is actually supposed to be a young Lorne Michaels, which I guess you can kind of see it. Maybe. I don't know. But Jason Reitman, he's doing in the origin pick here. And Gabriel LaBelle, who just broke out in Steven Spielberg's The Fabelmans from last year, set to play Lorne Michaels, with Cooper Hoffman on board to play Dick Ebersol, and Rachel Sennott, who recently has been blowing up a lot more from movies like Bottoms and Shiva Baby, to play Rosie Schuster. So these are the people that actually made SNL, not necessarily the comedic actors that came from it, although I can assume there will be young versions of like Dan Aykroyd, Bill Murray, Gilda Radner,
Eddie Murphy.
all those people eventually showing up somewhere in the film once the casting has been set. And Reitman is set to write and direct this film, which Reitman, he's kind of like an Oliver Stone type. He's done some serious stuff, but he also is the same guy who directed Ghostbusters Afterlife.
You're right.
Because the Reitmans had just had those connections to SNL and to a lot of those actors. If you think about his father and the films that he's put out, you know the connection that the Reitmans have. So, I mean, This is very serendipitous. But what do you guys think about an SNL movie?
I'm cool with it. Because you want to know something, ladies and gentlemen?
Yeah.
Rob?
Sure. What do you want to say?
Live from New York, it's Saturday Night Live.
Also,
I put that up.
Huh?
Quick thing. What did you want to say, Day, real quick, before we were talking about the Saturday night?
Yeah. The actor that came to mind, and my bad, ladies and gentlemen, I screwed up. I don't know why he came in my mind. It was the guy that did Mortal Kombat. The one where Michael Jai White played Jax. He played Kano. His name is... Yeah, he came, and I was thinking about him. My bad, ladies and gentlemen. His name is Daryl Strossi. He's a martial arts and actor.
And he passed?
He passed in 1994, but I don't know why he came in my mind like that. I'm sorry. No, seriously. Ryan, while you're laughing, that's kind of
only laughing because it's just such a random pull. I'm not laughing at the man's death, obviously.
No, but it's just, like seriously, like I did not. It was just happened to, because I got him confused with one of the actors, and that was my fault. I'll take responsibility on that. I did not.
All good.
So
we all make mistakes.
Well, we're not going to fatality you for it. It's all right.
I mean,
Ryan,
I talked.
You said Mortal Kombat. I'm going.
Okay, but it was because I was thinking he was part of the Arrowverse and stuff. And
It's like the mistake I made. The quick thing was we were talking about Zombieland today, and for some reason I thought my brain thought that Woody Harrelson was Michael Rooker, and now I kind of see Michael Rooker being the character yelling, "Where's the dang Twinkies?" But anyways,
Good one, Rob. Good one.
Say it. I could think of like Michael Rooker from like maybe the early 2000s. Like, no, actually, yeah,
No.
Michael Rooker even from the 90s, back when he was
the shape he's in now, I could see them redoing.
No, I think of him in Mallrats, and I think of Woody Harrelson as he is now, like the way he's been playing, especially in like that Planet of the Apes movie he did. I can kind of see it.
Yeah,
like, I see it.
I was like, yeah, Michael Rooker from Guardians of the Galaxy. He was in the movie, and they're like, no, and then I had to go look it up. I was like, oh yeah, that's Woody. My bad.
All right.
But yes. So I have no opinions on this movie because I was never a fan of Saturday Night Live.
I gotta add one thing, ladies and gentlemen. If they do a movie like this for Saturday Night Live, they have to do one for Living Color.
Well, it'll be one of those things where it's like, if this does work and it plays up well enough and does well enough, I'm sure you'll get stuff like that. I'm sure an In Living Color would come through. I would imagine it would probably be funnier than SNL, because SNL, back in its heyday, it was rough.
So is this an origin story of why they made Saturday Night?
SNL was one of those things where it's like, it was lucky to survive, even though that original cast was stellar. The ratings weren't there, so it definitely was something that has proven the test of time. Whereas in Living Color, Jim Carrey. That's all I've got to say.
No, what's it? Oh God, the Wayans brothers, Key and I Wayans, Damon Wayans, Marlon Wayans, Sean Wayans. Their sister, Jamie Foxx.
Sean Wayans doing his DJ thing. Jamie Foxx, Tommy Davidson.
Yeah, Tommy Davidson.
David Alan Grier, who's going to be in your favorite movie come your birthday.
Shut up! Shut up! On my birthday, Jesus Christ!
So now that he's not in that movie. That's a different one that came out this month.
All right. So, the basis of SNL 1975. On October 11th, 1975, a ferocious group of young comedians and writers changed television forever. SNL 1975 is the true story of what happened that night behind the scenes in the moments leading up to the first broadcast of SNL. It depicts the chaos and magic of a revolution that almost wasn't, counting down the minutes in real time to the infamous words, "Live from New York, it's Saturday night." I like that. It's going to be in real time, so it's going to be like one big episode 24.
So it's an origin story.
Yeah.
Absolutely, yeah.
So it's like how they did the movie Air about Michael Jordan, about the whole
Jordans.
Yeah, about how they did the Jordans and stuff with Nikes. Kind of, I mean, not exactly, obviously the same, but it's like that.
Yeah. Yeah.
Definitely could be.
Could be.
Yeah. Let's see. Yes, the film marks LaBelle's first major studio pick since his breakout role in Steven Spielberg's autobiographical 2022 film. So good for Gabriel LaBelle. I mean, he's definitely some high-priced people. First, he plays a young Steven Spielberg. Now he's playing a young Lorne Michaels.
Who's going to play Eddie Murphy?
Don't know yet. That's the thing. You've got a lot of young people that started off on that initial episode. Actually, who was on the original episode of SNL? Let me check that on IMDb.
I think correct me if I'm wrong, but Will Ferrell eventually did SNL, right?
Oh yeah, he was a cast member for sure.
Because it was funny, before he was on SNL, he was a mall cop Santa. Fun fact.
Ooh.
Or mall Santa, not mall cop, but mall Santa.
Oh boy.
What happened?
Guess who was the host of the first SNL?
Robin Williams.
No,
Be nice. Who?
Carlin.
Carly.
No, I didn't hear what it lagged out.
Yeah, we all said Carly who because you just say the full name.
Farley?
Carlin.
Oh, Farley.
Okay.
Oh,
So who do you get to play Farley?
Carlin.
Oh, Carlin. Who's that?
Oh,
Thought you said Chris Farley.
1975. It's an old comment, but I'm throwing it up there.
Chevy Chase, John Belushi, Dan Aykroyd.
We're all in the first episode?
Well, they were original cast members, but George Carlin was the first host.
And what is he known for?
Oh, George.
Lord, give me strength.
He's from Lord Give Us Strength? That's good to know.
Oh. He is young. I must remember he is young.
Yes, I am young. That's why I'm trying to ask you what he's from, what he's known, because you know I'm a face person. I can't think of names.
When people talk about stand-up comics,
But who?
the greatest of all time, George Carlin is at least within the top 3 of practically any person's list.
Yeah.
Not mine. Because I don't even know who it is.
He has not watched him. He has not watched him. If he watches him, it would be a different story. But
What is he from?
Rob, whenever you get the chance.
Can you just give me something he's known for?
I mean, he's known for his stand-up.
Is he in a TV show? Is he in a movie? Is he
He
just a
did have
comedy?
a TV show on Fox for a couple of seasons.
What was that called?
The George Carlin Show.
Oh, okay. Well, no, I don't know.
He's done a good amount of work with Kevin Smith in his
Oh.
movies.
Yeah.
I know Kevin Smith.
Okay.
I met him.
You ever seen Dogma?
No, but I've had a VHS copy of that before, and I gave it to Ming Chen.
And you never got it back?
No, I gave it to Ming as a gift because Ming made an appearance in that movie. Ming Chen, that's a friend of the...
I know
The
Ming
show.
Chen. I know who Ming Chen is.
I know. Then, yeah, I gave it because
Good,
he's
Ming,
in
you
it.
know, but you don't know George Carlin.
No, because I've never met George, and I don't know.
I told you now, he's dead.
There you go. See, I know living people. So, who would you have played Chevy Chase?
That's a good
Let's go back to the listing here and see who exactly was on that first episode. All right.
I got it right here. I told you, Dan Aykroyd.
They had Richard Belzer, Andy
Wait, let me
Kaufman,
finish. I got the darn list, man.
Chevy Chase, John Belushi, Dan Aykroyd, Gilda Radner, Lorraine Newman, which they might just get Lorraine Newman to play Lorraine Newman. She's still short. Garrett Morris, Jane Curtin, The Muppets, Albert Brooks. A lot of great talent. I'm going to be really curious who they get for John Belushi, to be honest.
Yeah.
I mean, The Muppets will be easy. And it'll be funny to see them just like walking around backstage.
And then I wonder who would play a younger Dan Aykroyd.
No idea, but it certainly will be interesting to see just how that whole thing plays off. If they actually do go ahead and try to play it straight.
Now the question is, will this go in theaters, or do you think this will be something like they'll advertise on Peacock or Apple TV like they did with movies like Air and Tetris and stuff that are explaining, because those movies.
This will definitely go into theaters. Absolutely. You don't have an institution like SNL and just leave that for Peacock. I think if they're smart, especially when you have this like young, fresh cast,
Right.
I mean, they've all been in like very well regarded films. I know Cooper's been in Licorice Pizza. Like I said, what's her face? What am I? Rachel Sennott. Sennott or Sino? I don't know exactly how you say it, but yeah, she's been part of Bodies, Bodies, Bodies. She had Bottom. Shiva Baby. If you ever get to watch that, that's a nice coming of age film. Yeah, these are all great young actors. To relegate them to just streaming for something like this, I think would be criminal. This has the potential to be like an awards contender,
Right.
just based on subject alone.
Which I hope it does. I'm just saying movies like this have been shot straight to streaming to advertise a platform. That's why I was just wondering. I like movies like this because of the fact that they explain the history of, like, the Tetris movie that came out.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, yeah.
That was really good. It was a streaming movie. I would have went to see that in theaters. I would have easily went and saw that in theaters. But it was presented streaming, and I watched it streaming, and it was really good. And I had no idea, the history of Tetris.
Well, I think with something like that, it becomes a little bit more tricky because Apple. Well, what you're going to see a lot more of, I think, is you're going to see a lot more of these streaming platforms trying to put like their bigger name worthy movies into theaters to make up for the fact that the streaming platforms aren't making enough money or aren't bringing in enough new subscribers instead of worrying about keeping the ones they have.
Right. That's why I said I could see something like this going. I understand what you're saying with young talent. This would be a waste to put just on streaming and not put in theaters. But I'm saying is I could see it going either way.
True.
Because you had people like Ben Affleck, Matt Damon that were in Air. That should have been put in theaters. But
it was.
No, that went straight to streaming.
No, it didn't. It was in theaters. It was in theaters for a short time, but it wasn't.
Maybe it was in your guys' theater. I know for sure it wasn't in my theater, and it went straight to. I would have to, because I don't have dates mixed up, but I thought it went straight to Apple TV because that was their big promotion. I think it was Apple.
No. I saw the movie posters. I didn't go see it in theaters just because.
Okay.
It's a shoe. I'm not going to see the birth of a shoe.
It was really good.
I'm sure it was. I'm sure it's going to get some audience and award recognition if it hasn't already. But
it came out last year, right? Yeah.
Still, it was a shoe.
It's not just a shoe. It's about the company.
Dude. Don't disrespect the Jordan.
It's not just about a shoe. It's about Michael Jordan's
I can't afford a Jordan. All right, so I don't care about a Jordan.
Well, it's not about
you can't afford Jordan.
Talk to me when someone makes the movie about the knockoff Reebok. All right.
It's about Jordan's legacy. It's not just about a shoe.
Exactly.
And it's about how Nike would have actually, to be honest, without the Jordans, we probably would not know Nike right now.
Right.
And it was a extremely good movie that's probably on where you can watch it for free right now because it's been out more than a year.
Oh yeah, no, it's on Prime. I could watch
Yeah.
it on if I want to.
Well, you should watch it. Give it a shot. I
Yeah,
think
give
you'll
it a
like
shot.
it.
Okay, I'll do you this, Rob. I'll do you this. I will go watch Air if you can watch 2-hour-long specials of George Carlin.
Okay.
All of that should be available on Amazon Prime. And
I
since
was gonna say, as long as it's
you watch all
available
the
where I can watch it,
available
yes,
has been
I will go watch a 2-hour special and then I will report with you next week.
Ladies and gentlemen, I'm in the center of two guys, and I'm the middle guy right now. I'm just entertained throughout the whole entire time.
Oh, okay, middle guy. Okay. So what we're going to do then is we're going to finish off with something that I think is going to be a little bit more entertaining
Okay.
for the audience.
Oh God, no! Oh God, no!
And this comes from the Hollywood Reporter. The Razzies have been nominated. Now, for those of you who don't know, the Razzies are pretty much the anti-Oscars, celebrating that Hollywood had to offer in the past year. And this year, I think there are some qualifiers that are going to make Davion very happy or very sad, depending.
No, it's gonna make me happy, but
I've never heard of the Razzies.
The Razzies is like
that's
one
right.
of those nominees, like one of those awards where if you did a horrible job in a film, or whether it was the film itself or you're an actor and you did a horrible job portraying whoever the character was, you go to the Ramses Awards.
Basically, the Razzies is short for the Golden Raspberry Awards.
So it's like a parody of, like, it's basically for the bad people?
It's pretty much honoring the worst.
Mm-hmm.
As opposed to the Oscars that honors the best. Yes.
Okay.
So let's just go ahead and finish up this episode by going through this year's nominations.
So Cocaine Bear's on there, right?
No.
Leads the nominations in most categories.
All right, go, Ryan, go.
I think Cocaine Bear should be on there.
Shut up.
Okay, so apparently the film has earned 7 nominations for this year's Razzies. Expendables 4 is one of 5 movies competing for Worst Picture of the Year. The nominees for that category go The Exorcist Believer, as they quote, a 50 years later remake / ripoff that was horrifying in unintended ways. Which I would agree, it wasn't that great.
It was all
right. Expendables 4. Quote, another.
Right, pause.
I'm paused.
Okay. I didn't give a full review, audience, of Expendables 4. I was being nice and I was worrying that film down.
Oh, so now the truth comes out.
I did say it wasn't, dude. And you know how much I'm an Expendables fan. I love slash. All right, so what I'm about to say, Stallone, Lionsgate, do not hurt me, please. Expendables 4 was a tragedy for all. They shouldn't even made Expendables 4. That's how bad the film was.
So why didn't you say that in the review?
Because I was trying to be nice.
So you're lying to the audience.
No, I did no. Excuse me.
Here's the thing. Day, I remember your review.
Mm-hmm.
And if anything, I would say that your review was very carefully worded.
Thank you.
You weren't energetic about the movie, so that gave me a good sign too.
So, can I go full berserk on this film?
The thing is, Day, I don't think anybody would have been mad at you had you at least been like brutally honest about the review. Like, I can tell that you were hesitating on some things, but that's because I know you. If someone who doesn't know you saw that review,
yeah,
they may be a little misconstrued by what you're saying now.
I know. Oh my god.
I'll admit, we here at Stream Punk Entertainment and Stream Punk Cinema, we may not always give you reviews that are polite, but I'd say the majority of the reviews are reviews of movies that we actually did like.
Right.
Yeah.
Now,
And-
unless it's something like, say, in my case of Transformers: Rise of the Beast, and how
Which
much
was a great movie.
I like the film.
Which was a beautiful movie, and Ron Perlman did a great job.
Stop. It was good. I would say it lifted my faith in the Transformer franchise.
Then you had no faith to begin with.
The end credit scene was the best part of that entire movie, and you can't tell me it wasn't.
It wasn't.
Oh,
It was the fact that they're doing G.I. Joes with Transformers, which is part of the comic books.
G.I. Joe for the Transformers movie, for like the 7th Transformers movie.
Look,
they're finally doing that, and that's something with the comic books.
Look, I'm not getting on that again. I'm not.
All right, so back to Expendables. Can I go back to Expendables 4, please? Can I?
So Expendables 4.
Okay.
Another installment of a franchise that's fading faster than Razzie winner Donald Trump's mental acuity.
All right. Can I please? Okay, with Expendables 4, ladies and gentlemen, the reason why this film was nominated, they didn't explain to a lot. It was a lot of loopholes. It was a lot of confusion. There was characters that were missing. And I did say that in the conversation. You was missing Terry Crews' character. You was missing Jet Li's character. You were missing Antonio Banderas, but they kind of substituted his son into it. So it kind of made up for it. But the two major characters were missing.
And you didn't have Arnold.
Arnold wasn't expendable. He
wasn't. He's been in the 3 of the 4 movies.
He was?
Yes, he makes a cameo in the first one, and then becomes bigger part in the second one, and then helps them in I think they have to save him in the third one. Arnold was in the third movie.
I want to look into it because I'm a huge Expendables fan. The only time I remember Arnold being in it was the first one.
And he was in the second one because they make the jokes about this car is bigger than my shoe. And he says, I'll terminate you if you don't give me back my gun. But anyways.
All right. Okay. Also nominated for worst film. Meg 2: The Trench.
Nobody cares.
Snarky shark that flopped across all 7 seas.
Which made really good in the box office.
It did good, but nobody cares.
Well,
Shazam! Fury of the Gods, one of 2023's several movie failings to save the superhero genre.
That wasn't bad.
Why isn't the Marvels in this category?
All right, continue,
Marvel at least had better continuity with the MCU than Shazam! Fury of the Gods did with the entire DCEU.
All right, Ryan, continue. Go to the next one.
Winnie the Pooh, Blood and Honey.
Woo! That was good.
A defamation and defecation of 2 of the most beloved kitty-lit characters, reimagining the huggable denizens of the 100-acre wood as vicious cannibal serial killers. We will probably see more of this year once they actually make Steamboat Willie the horror movie.
Yes.
And they're doing part 2 of this. A sequel.
Well, they're planning to, because then you have to add in Tigger, who will become, I guess, open to the public as of this year.
Oh, Tigger's coming public too?
Yeah, Tigger was in a different book. So once that book becomes public domain, then Tigger will be allowed.
Mm.
But yes, as far as the contenders themselves, noms were selected in 9 categories by Razzie voters comprising 1,179 movie buffs, film critics, and journalists from 49 states and 24 foreign countries. We need to get involved in this.
Yes, we do.
I want us to vote for the Razzies next year. I really do.
That would be awesome.
I want to clip this and send it to them.
Yes, go right ahead. I'm down.
The winners will be announced at the 44th annual Razzies March 9th, the night before the Oscars themselves on the 10th.
And then we actually go in on a red carpet to the Razzies.
So why wasn't Cocaine Bear added in this list?
Rob.
That movie was terrible.
Rob, just let it go.
No.
Yes.
Let's just look at the full nominees. We already went
Then you
through.
let go of Expendable 4.
No. Wait,
Worst
go back up. Go back up.
Wow.
No,
Vin
we already
Diesel?
went through the worst pictures.
Okay.
Yeah.
Worst picture should
so
be
worst
Expendables
actor.
4.
You have Russell Crowe in The Pope's Exorcist,
That was good.
Vin Diesel in Fast X,
Wow.
Chris Evans for Ghosted.
I never saw it.
It was a straight-to-streaming movie.
Okay.
Jason Statham for Meg 2: The Trench.
It was decent.
John Voight for Mercy, which I'm not familiar with that one.
Me either. So, I'm sorry to say it, Van Diesel.
So if they win, it means it's the worst. Like, I don't know much about the Razzies. Do, like, these celebrities attend this at all, or is this more of a parody?
Well, very rarely will you have these celebrities attend this event.
Okay, like, you ain't going to see Vin Diesel, you ain't going to see Chris Evans, and you ain't going to see Jason Statham, correct?
I mean, it's always the possibility. There have been times when actors have come and received their awards, mostly because they just wanted to, like, really, just take it on the chin and, be a good, sport about it.
Yeah.
I think Halle Berry.
I mean, are they okay with the Razzies calling these their worst movie, like Fast Furious?
Yeah.
Okay.
Look, sometimes actors know they're just doing stuff for the money, so it's like it's no big deal if they go ahead and get a Razzie. At least with a Razzie, you're being recognized. It could be one of those things where you make a movie during the year and nobody cares if it's good or bad. It's just mid. It's forgotten about. It doesn't even exist in the people's mind. But at least with the Razzie, you're noticed. It may not be for something you want to be noticed for, but you're noticed.
Okay.
Yeah. So, take it in the chin. Take
Exactly.
it in the chin.
Worst actress. Ana de Armas for Ghosted. Megan Fox for Johnny and Clyde. This one hurts. Salma Hayek for Magic Mike's Last Dance. That hurts me, Salma Hayek. I love me some Salma Hayek.
I don't know, because I never saw Magic Mike Last Dance.
Jennifer Lopez for The Mother, and Dame Helen Mirren for Shazam! Fury of the Gods.
Which one was the mother?
I would say Megan Fox.
Megan Fox gets nominated like every year. It doesn't even matter. I would say Dame Helen Mirren. If you get Dame Helen Mirren in your franchise, and you are able to get her in a comic book movie, and it still is done poorly, oh.
Well, you also got to think, didn't Shazam come out? Or no, the biggest issue with Shazam that I think people not go, or at least made me not go, is the fact that the week before the movie came out, you did a TV teaser and you showed that Wonder Woman was going to be in your movie.
Yeah, which is all Gal Gadot did last year. All she did was appear in other people's movies.
No, I get that, but I would have liked to be surprised. I would have liked to go to the movie theater and then saw that scene, not see it in a trailer for a movie that's coming out and it be spoiled. That's one of the main reasons why I didn't go see it.
Fair.
Right, but in their wonderful wisdom, they were trying to drum up people to go to the audience. Like, see,
Not realizing it hurt it.
Villains that you never heard of that were made up just strictly for the movie that have no continuity to the characters. We also have Wonder Woman. You don't like Wonder Woman?
So, yeah.
Worst supporting actress. Kim Cattrall for About My Father. Megan Fox again, this time for Expendables 4. Bai Ling for Johnny and Clyde, which hurts because I do like Bai Ling.
I do like her. I met her in person.
Yes, she's a big horror con person. Lucy Liu for Shazam! Fury of the Gods, and Mary Stuart Masterson for Five Nights at Freddy's.
Which character was she in Five Nights at Freddy? Because I'm not familiar.
Who was trying to get the one sister?
Okay.
Between Megan Fox and Mary Stuart Masterson.
So are they called when they give
no reason for any of her stuff.
Yeah. But I have to say, well, I would say Expendables kind of helped Megan Fox for some strange reason.
Look, you'll never tell me Megan Fox is a class act, but I still love her just because she's Jennifer's Body. You know, that is my movie of hers. You can never tell me otherwise.
I liked her in Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles.
She was decent.
Can we kick him off the show, please? Can we kick him off the show?
No, Day. I'm allowed to have my own opinions.
We got to kick him off the show for saying that.
Children, please. Moving on. Best Supporting Actor or Worst Supporting Actor. Michael Douglas and Bill Murray for Ant-Man and the Wasp: Quantumania.
No.
Mel Gibson for Confidential Informant. Never heard of it.
No.
Sylvester Stallone and Expendables.
Sylvester Stallone for Expendables 4. And
I have to say Sylvester Stallone. I have to, because of that ending made the film horrible.
Which ending for which movie?
For Expendables.
Expendables 4.
I think
No, because in the beginning of the film we thought he died. And then at the end
hold on. You actually thought that Sylvester Stallone, the guy who created the franchise, the leader of the team,
Let me finish, Ryan.
legitimately died?
Ryan, let me finish. It's not the fact that we thought he was going to come back. It was how he came back that was so unnecessary that basically made the movie far more worse than what it was. And it was like unnecessary. And when I mean unnecessary, it was overkill. And literally, it was overkill. The villain that you find out. Wait, let me finish. For those who haven't seen it, this is a spoiler alert. The villain that you found out that was in the film wound up being somebody that orchestrated the Expendables. But it was like somebody you could basically take on hands-on. Guess how he kills him? Think guess how he kills him.
I have no idea.
What?
It was him and Jason Statham, the villain, and Jason Statham about to go at it one on one. And then all you see is this helicopter coming in with a chainsaw machine gun attached to it. Didn't even give a guy the fighting chance. Didn't even give the villain a fighting chance. Next thing you know, he turned into Swiss cheese, a human Swiss cheese.
If you have to go out of this way to explain the scene for us, that pretty much goes to show how bad it was.
Yes.
Well, Rob doesn't know anything you said because I just plugged my ears.
But it's okay. Once you see
how many people who went to see the movie wish they had done that, Rob?
I'm one of the people that have not seen it yet. Is it on any streaming platforms yet?
Yes.
All right, moving on. Worst screen couple. Any two merciless mercenaries from Expendables 4. Any two money-grubbing investors who donated to the $400 million remake rights for The Exorcist.
Mm-hmm.
Anna de Armas and Chris Evans, who apparently had no screen chemistry for Ghosted. Salma Hayek and Channing Tatum for Magic Mike's Last Dance. And Pooh and Piglet as bloodthirsty slashers/killers in Winnie the Pooh, Blood and Honey. I have to think this goes to Winnie the Pooh and Piglet.
Woo!
No.
Yes.
No.
I hope Pooh and Piglet.
I would say any two mercenaries.
Merciless mercenaries.
Yeah.
Sounds like a category that would be on Jeopardy along with Potent Potable.
Either that or Salma Hayek and Channing Tatum.
I take Pooh
You
and
leave
Piglet.
Selma out of this, all right?
Selma Hayek and Channing Tatum should not be a couple.
I take Pooh and Piglet for 500.
Look, I will tell you right now, there were plenty of women, I'm sure, that wish they were in Salma Hayek's shoes.
It
And I'm
should
sure
not
there were
be
plenty
Channing
of men that
Tatum
wish
and
they were in
Selma
Channing
Hayek.
Tatum's shoes. All right?
It should not be Selma Hayek and Channing
It's like
Tatum.
older woman, younger man, taken with a grain of salt, you know?
No. But I'm giving y'all. See, this is hard. I'm not going to say Pooh and Piglet because they don't count.
Pooh and Piglet for 500.
No, they're not a couple.
All right.
Next
Word,
one.
prequel, remake, ripoff, or sequel?
I hope Indiana Jones gets it.
So pretty much a lot of the other
Indiana Jones.
Indiana Jones and the dial of still beating a dead horse.
Wow. Wow. Shots fired.
I hate to say that there is some truth to that, even though I did enjoy Indiana Jones and the Dial of Destiny.
I fell asleep.
I do think it was maybe a bridge too far. Had that been done instead of the
Shia LaBeouf.
Crystal Skull, maybe it would have been a little bit better. But I still have to believe that Expendables 4 gets this.
Yeah.
If anything's beating a dead horse, at least Indiana Jones has done some things different in all of its movies. Expendable, all 4 movies have been the same damn thing.
No.
Yes.
No.
Yes.
No.
Yes.
This one was the worst out of all of them.
Because at this point, it's derivative of all this other stuff. It was novel when you did the first movie simply because you were getting a lot of like older action stars and it's supposed to be like one last hurrah for them because they were of a certain age.
And then what was nice,
still the same idea of people of a certain age kicking butt. And then a third one comes out. They tried to make replacements happen with Ronda Rousey and all of them. That didn't work. So the fourth one now it's still even older people. Like at some point, when are these guys just gonna like roll out in a bunch of wheelchairs instead of like motorcycles?
Okay, Mr. Fast and Furious.
Wait. No. See, the way they messed up was by introducing new people. While they could have continued to trend up having old school actors that basically was a thing in the film. Like you could have brought in Eddie Murphy, you could have brought in Danny Glover, you could have brought in who else? It's a lot of old school actors. You could have brought in Michael Jai White. You could have brought in a lot of old school actors. It's a list of old school action heroes that you could have brought in, but you decided to bring in newcomers. That's why I was glad about part 3 because I love John Claude Van Damme.
Yeah, but let's face it, Expendables 4 it just really wasn't necessary. I could say that the other movies were maybe necessary, but that one was not in any way, shape, or form.
Exactly. It wasn't. And we're helping you out, Ramsey.
I mean, I don't think Rob really had any indication of watching these movies to begin with, but
yeah,
I do know. I do have plans of watching Expendables 4. Now, I will say, because of Dave's review, I did not go see Expendables 4. Because, if I'm not mistaken, you did say this is one of those movies you can watch at home.
I did, yeah.
Yeah, and that was enough.
If someone says this is a movie you can watch at home, that means don't waste your money at the theater.
And that's exactly why I did not go to the movies to see it. And that's why I haven't not seen the movie yet, because of Mr. Day. So
you listen to me. Oh, God.
A little bit. No, I have a little respect because you respected Transformers, therefore I respect your opinion. Ryan, on the other hand, I don't respect his opinion because we have a lot of differences on different movies. Like, he did not like Five Nights at Freddy. I loved Five Nights at Freddy. He did not like Transformers. I did not like Transformers.
Pause. You did not like Five Nights at Freddy?
Have you not heard Ryan's reaction on the movie?
No, I didn't know he didn't like Five Nights at Freddy.
He ranted on it in one of the episodes.
Really, Ryan? Really?
Yes, really.
Why didn't you like it?
I'm not getting into that rant again. All right, we're all over time as it is.
No. We got all day. My brother.
No. Anyways, go back to your list. Are we done with the list?
No. It's pretty much all the same thing. It's
Okay.
just writer and director,
Yeah.
so it's the same movie over again. But I see Expendables 4 really sweeping up here. But anyway, with that done, and if you want to hear my thoughts on Five Nights at Freddy's, go back a few episodes to last year. You can hear my ranting and raving fresh from that moment then. Not going to do that now.
And ladies and gentlemen, and this is coming from a guy that claims he knows movies, and Five Nights at Freddy did a heck of a job to a point where they're about to make a sequel. But anyway.
Well, they're making 3 because Matthew Lillard signed a 3-year contract or 3-movie contract.
So anyway, Rob, no, shut up. Rob, shut up.
My name's Rob. This is Tales from the Film Set. That's Day. That's Ryan. And thank you guys for being here.
And again, I will say, if you want to see me ranting about Five Nights at Freddy's, you know where to go and find it.
Only from Tales from the Film Set.